Okay, now we get to start experimenting with some materials. So you're in the Create New Discoveries section of your studio experiments. So if I've given you your sketchbook, your studio experiment sheet should be the very first sheet on your piece of paper. Okay, so you've watched Pencil Intro and now you're ready to create new discoveries. Now, you have your sketchbook. The great thing, well, one more thing. The great thing about creating art and what artists do in real life is they experiment. They basically play around with materials to see what they can do. That's the first part of any really good project, is getting to know what your materials do. So that's what you're going to do with the Pencil Studio and all the studios. You're going to create new discoveries. So what I've done is I've gone and I've gotten just a couple of things from the Pencil Studio. I just got an eraser shield. There are only 5 of these, so we'll have to share. I just got a couple of color pencils. I got a 6B drawing pencil, and I got an HB drawing pencil. I got a blending stick, and I got a value finder. You might end up getting different things, but this is just these are just things that I thought we could start with. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play around a little bit. I'm going to feel out these materials. So let's say I start with my color pencil. I'm like, ooh, that actually feels really nice and smooth, and it's creating a interesting texture. If I have it on my side, okay, what if I do it this way? Okay, that makes a different type of line. All right, and let's see how it works if I blend colors. Ooh, what happens if I put this over the top? Okay, you might not do this exact thing, but you're going to play around with the materials how you want to play around with them. Okay, one thing that you should know is that these colored pencils and the ebony pencils and the drawing pencils are not friends, okay? So you cannot blend the drawing pencils and the color pencils together. It won't work, okay? Or the ebony. So when you're doing your experiments, you're probably going to do some experiments with the drawing pencils and the color pencils separately. Okay, this eraser shield is kind of cool. One thing, let's see how this works. If I put it down, all right, or let's see if I draw some with my drawing pencil, draw a nice thing there, and then I put my eraser shield over the drawing and then erase. Oh, look, it can make some interesting textures there, okay, or some interesting designs. All right, let me try out my blending stick here. All right, I'm going to try my 6B pencil here. Maybe I'll just draw myself a nice little sphere and see how it blends. All right, so I'm just sort of drawing a little bit here. I'm going to take my blending stick and see what it does when I blend. Okay, it makes like a lighter color on my sphere. All right, so you are going to experiment with all these materials, okay? Now, there is only one thing that I want you to do, and that is to label all the drawing pencils. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 6 different types of drawing pencils, all right? So what you're going to do is you're going to take the type of drawing pencil and you're going to say, okay, this is a 6B. You're going to just do a little experiment with it, and you're going to label that, and you can tell what pencil it is by looking on the side. It says 6B. You're going to say 6B, and you're going to describe the pencil. Okay, so I noticed that this pencil is a really dark color. So I'm going to write that out. This pencil is dark. Okay. And I might even write something like, I could draw shadows with it. Okay. All right, so that's what I have for the 6B. Now, I want you to do that with every drawing pencil because each pencil has a really different feel. This is how artists, when they're drawing realistically, draw things to make it look like life. So there's HB there. Oh, that looks very different. So I'm going to label that HB, and I'm going to describe it, if it's light or if it's dark, whatever it is. Okay. Now, You are going to experiment with this. You can take out the drawing books, you can experiment, but in order to move on to the next section, you need to have all of the drawing pencils labeled with one sentence, and you need to have 5 more discoveries. So right here, I already have a couple of discoveries that I've created. I could label this, I could write here a sentence that says, eraser shield makes white marks. Okay, so you are going to label your drawing pencils, and you're also going to experiment with the other things, with the colored pencils, with the eraser shields, with the blender sticks, and you're going to label 5 discoveries, whatever it is that you think is interesting with these materials, all right? Once you have that done, you can come show it to me if you want to, but if you feel like you're ready to go on to the next section, you are then going to go on to the shading with colored pencils on the Pencil Studio. Have fun experimenting.